I already know I'm gonna have to pause this in like 20 seconds, but fuck it, I'm just gonna keep on going anyway. Bad Sisters, University Plus, ratings Apple TV Plus, or originally was on Apple TV Plus. Anne Marie Duff, Sharon Horgan. I'm assuming Brian Gleeson is the son of Brendan Gleeson. Kind of looks like a Dom Hall, which is why I'm assuming that. This is the show that I said yesterday that I thought I was going to be able to finish it, but I couldn't. But I, finished it today. It's good. I thought this is going to be. I don't have a problem with Sharon Horgan, but I feel like a lot of her shows that she's done, like Pulling, Divorce, Catastrophe, I've seen the first episode of Pulling, and I thought it was okay. I've seen not all of it, but I've seen like a bit of the first episode of Crashing. I thought it was fine, and I haven't seen any of Divorce, but I had a feeling that her shows are gonna be that it's funny at the start, but then there's just nothing in the rest of it to keep me going. But this wasn't the case. It's weird seeing just Anne Marie Duff in general, because she did the first 3 seasons of Shameless and then dipped and then came back for the end, and she didn't do anything until like she was in season 2 of Sex Education, and only season 2. And then she's doing this. No, I'm looking at Punch Drunk Love, but I'm still talking about Bad Sisters. It's weird seeing her, especially since even though she's only 52, she does look quite old. Where Sharon Horgan is also 52 and looks very young, like mid to late 30s at the like oldest. It's also weird seeing Anne Marie do an Irish accent, but it's fine. Like, it's not a bad accent. It's just weird. There's something about this kind of reminds me of Good Girls. Maybe it's just the fact that Good Girls, you have a positive word and then a feminine word, and then with this it's a negative word and then a feminine word, and also just the fact that they're doing bad shit and they're trying to cover it up. Like, I think it is somewhat of a similar plot. Good Girls, they do a robbery, and it's sort of the consequences of that, and then with this it's a murder and the consequences of that. And I did quite like Good Girls, so I'm excited to see where this goes. Although I do have a feeling that the season's going to end with them killing one, if not both, of the insurance guys. Which, if that's right, and I've predicted it after episode 1, that's not good. And then I have a feeling that with season 2, they're going to introduce someone new, and it's going to end up feeling more like Dead to Me than Good Girls. Anyway, Punch Drunk Love. I have to say that slowly, otherwise I'm going to mispronounce it. Anyway, Universally Positive Ratings, Paul Thomas Anderson, or directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. I watched it on Netflix. Adam Sandler, Emily Watson, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Louis Guzman, Marilyn. I don't know why I paused as if I mispronounced it. I didn't mispronounce it. This is I've said her name like 3 times today, and the first 2 I couldn't. Mary Lynn Raskob. I don't actually know how to pronounce the name, but just it being there makes me mispronounce the entire thing. To be honest, going into this, I had a feeling I wasn't going to like it. I had just seen the scene where Barry is on the phone with Dean, and I've rewatched that so many times. I think it's really good. And it's also the fact that, you got Philip Seymour Hoffman, who I've only sort of discovered that man in the past couple of months, and people keep on saying, he's one of the greatest actors of all time, if not the greatest actor of all time. And they use like Mission Impossible 3 as a good example, because there was a scene where his character was being interrogated, and he was like, "Oh, do you have a girlfriend or a wife? I'm gonna find her and just fuck her up." Um, and people were pointing out the fact that he talks normally. He doesn't do like a sort of voice or anything like that that seems scary. It's just the words themselves are scary. But that's not really unique. There's going to be a shit ton of other films where the villain, there'll be a really good performance and the villain just talks normally. Like, fucking Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins, Mads Mikkelsen, Brian Cox, they all talk normally. And Hopkins especially is scary. Very threatening. So, Philip Seymour Hoffman is not unique in that respect. I don't think he's a bad actor, I just don't get the praise. Anyway. Yeah, the film was random. It felt like they just did a bunch of random shit. And because it's Paul Thomas Anderson, people were like, yeah, this film's perfect. I didn't understand it, but hey. Paul Thomas Anderson never makes bad movies. And to be fair, the only film I've seen of his is There Will Be Blood, and I found that boring. So I'm a bit biased against the man. Like the only sort of respect I have for him is the fact that he defended the MCU when you had like Martin Scorsese and all them going after it. But despite the fact that this is really random, and I'm usually not a fan of that. In fact, I said in my Lisi's story review that that's what happened with that show, and that was boring as fuck. Whereas it's the same with this, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I guess it's just the presentation of the shit is what makes or breaks it. But I just wanted to see it, because one, Adam Sandler, two, that scene, and I didn't think I would like it, but hey, I did. And I looked up to see if there was a theme to it because I had a film that was, and it's about like. Let me scroll down for it. No, not based on a true story. Oh, it's gone. There was a thing here where it was like, what was the point of it? What's the theme? And it said that the theme of it was that basically just being yourself in a society that expects conformity. And yeah, you should like not conform. You should be yourself. But if being yourself means that you want to like club your girlfriend to death with a sledgehammer because she's so pretty, like that's not good, is it? I'd like to think I've kept the yapping to a minimum in this video, so I'm just going to end it while I'm on top.